Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? I hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, Kilt-Man's got his ski and do to hand. And what could that possibly mean, folks? Well, either Kilt-Man's going to do some self-harming again, accidentally of course, or he's got an unboxing to do. Oh, yes. And he actually has. There's a wee box down there. Now, if you've been keeping up on the current videos, then you'll know that it was my birthday and Mrs. Kilt-Man's birthday, which is now almost a week ago. But some great people out there sent me some great birthday presents, mystery boxes full of fantastic cult items and really majestic merch. And Astradyne, your friend of mine, Astradyne, the traveller in time, sent not one but 2 crates of stuff. I've already opened one, you've seen that, and some of the goodies are here. The TARDIS there, some of these coasters, yeah, and this t-shirt in fact. Brilliant stuff. That was a big crate. Now, this is a smaller crate. Oh, that means nothing. It could have one thing in there, but it could have 1,000 little things in there. We don't know. Here is said box. Here is the aforementioned ski and do. Now, I don't know, in the other box there was t-shirts, like this one. T-shirts, little figures, that sort of stuff. There was a movie or 2. There was tons and tons and tons of t-shirts. It was great. And books, magazines, all sorts of paraphernalia, a lot of music as well. So, do we expect more of the same in here? Well, I don't know. Does it rattle? No, it doesn't rattle at all, which means it's very densely packed with bubble wrap probably, a lot of excess cardboard, and an absolute proliferation of gaffer tape, which is why I've got to use this to hack my way through it. Oh, nice glint there. Come on. Oh, I've lost it. Lost the light. There you go. Hey. So folks, I'm playing Maurice Jarre's score to Enemy Mine from director Wolfgang Petersen. Why am I playing it? Because news broke that they're remaking Enemy Mine. God, it just doesn't end, does it? Now, in all honesty, Enemy Mine from 85, 86 was a kind of sci-fi remake of Robinson Crusoe and also the World War II drama Hell in the Pacific with Lee Marvin and Toshiro Mifune. And so it's not wholly original. And in fact, I say Robinson Crusoe, it's kind of more fashioned on the great 60s sci-fi classic Robinson Crusoe on Mars, which is a telling of the Defoe story of Robinson Crusoe, but set on Mars. And I'm sure I've covered it, because it's a great sci-fi movie. And Enemy Mine owes a lot to that. Now, you know me folks, I hate remakes, reboots, retweaks, all that mantra. But I wasn't a huge fan of Enemy Mine when it came out. It lacked something. Oh, visually it was great. Maurice Jarre's score is brilliant. But I just wasn't that excited. Dennis Quaid's in it. Oh God, Dennis Quaid, at that time, he was one of my favourites. The Long Riders, Dreamscape, and Jaws 3. But the Big Easy and all that kind of stuff as well. Great actor. He was the poor man's Harrison Ford because he looked like Harrison Ford. But he was a great actor. And then this come out, and Louis Gossett Jr., the late great Louis Gossett Jr., the late great Wolfgang Petersen was directed it as well. Losing everybody, aren't we? They're 2 different species, but they're at war, but they end up crash landing on this planet together, and they have to interact and form a bond in order to survive mutually. Lots of little set pieces take place, and a birth of a little alien reptile as well. And then the great Brian James comes in as a slave trader, but it lacked something. So when this news broke, I thought, you know what, I'm not really that aggrieved, because it flopped when it came out big time, and it found a cult audience in the years afterwards on home video. I like the score, but there's some bits like this which are really shit. But I think there's the scope to redo this, really redo it, you know, a complete reimagining of it. Because it's been done before, so I don't feel it's blasphemous or sacrilege to remake a film that's already a remake, a re-adaptation of various other works. So, anyway, that's why I'm playing this, no other reason. If a load of Enemy Mine merch comes out of this now... Right, we're going to dive in. So... Oh, do you see it? You go along the edge of that, then it goes in, you go, oh! Could have just stabbed something really important. Wrecked it. And trust me, I have done that before. As I always say, never slice a knife towards you. I can do it, so you don't have to. Oh, God. Oh, hang on a minute. Could have a bit of trouble here. Get your fingers out the way, Kilt-Man. Folks. Oh. Bloody hell. Astradyne doesn't half pack these things down. In one of his many personas, he works in a hospital. And these crates often come from the X-ray department. I mean, does that mean they're radioactive? I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. We're in. We're into the land of bubble wrap straight away. Bubble wrap and what looks like empty. That's from some kind of packaging, isn't it? Something was in there previously in a prior existence. What have we got here? Ooh. Straight away we have a little package of, oh, hang on a minute. The Wicker Man stickers. Now, in the last crate, there was another batch of Wicker Man stickers, which these don't look like the same ones. Tell you what, let's open them. Let's open them and find out, shall we? Come on. The Wicker Man. I've talked about it a lot on the channel. I've never actually reviewed it, I don't think. But I have reviewed the film in the past for other media. Chop, chop. You put your head through the sword. Chop, chop. Oh. Scarifying. Bringing in the May. Or is it the May bringing in? And the Summer Isle logo. God. Pagan to the core. Apple. The harvest, the crops, of course, that's what it's all about. You're going to sacrifice virgins, you know. You want to get a good yield on your crop. That sounds like a euphemism, doesn't it? The Wicker Man. Edward Woodward. You know, lured to his sacrificial death by this guy, Christopher Lee, Lord Summerisle. Oh, it is a fantastic film. And the logo there is Old Ways. And there's, ooh. It's a synthesizer. It's another little baggie with something in it. Looks like a, can't get into it. Still can't get into it. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll just show you. It's a synthesizer, it's a big keyboard. Is it an old analog? Limited edition. Big keyboard. Astradyne once sent me a keyboard, great big box, and I thought, what's in here? What's in here? And obviously I unboxed it live on camera, and it was a fucking synthesizer. And dickhead here sat there. Go and look at the video. I sat there and I tried to plug it all in and tried to make sounds out of it, forgetting, or rather, completely not realizing, being a non-musician myself, that it has to have some kind of sound device to make any kind of sound come out of it. I turned it on, little lights came on, and I was strumming. See, once again, non-musician. It's a keyboard, Kilt-Man. You don't strum it. And I'm doing all this and like trying to get different effects and nothing worked on it whatsoever. And to this day, quite sadly, I still haven't got it to work. Oh, you need this cable, you need that cable. There it is. That's a pretty hefty badge, that, isn't it? That actually weighs a fair bit. It's cool though, it's cool. Let's put all this stuff away. Oh, hang on. Weird Walk. I think that's the company who do those stickers for the Wicker Man. Weird Walk. Older than yesterday, younger than tomorrow. Yeah, certainly can't argue with that. Well, now we have more stuff. Oh, there are fashions in here. I recognise the bags that the t-shirts come in, and 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a few more t-shirts, folks. But there's something here. Again, it's open. It's open. He hasn't sealed them. Let's put this down a second. Let's see what we've got in here. The score's very whimsical, isn't it? I mean, this is electronic, this score. We have our metal plates again. From Blake 7, it is the Liberator. Liberator. You know, with the spikes on, like, look at the spikes on the front. It looks like, what was that mind probe in Star Wars when Lee is in the detention center, and they send in the mind probe. It comes in like that with all spiky bits, and she's like, brilliant. Blake 7. Why hasn't that been redone in any way, shape or form? You revamped and brought Doctor Who back. Okay, maybe it's a good thing they haven't brought back Blake 7. Can you imagine how it would be now? Yeah. Oh, there's another. There's something within something. Oh, and there's something else in here. Let's get this. Ahoy! Zulu! The classic Scienfield Zulu. This is weird because is this the actual original poster? Well, part of it is. Part of it is there. Oh, dwarfing the mightiest, towering over the greatest, the supreme spectacle that had come thundering out of the most thrilling continent. So there's the poster for that. But what you've actually got here, because I noticed this. You've got the track listing for the original John Barry score. Do you know what? Should we fuck Enemy Mine off? Yeah, let's do that. No, it didn't like the idea there, did it? But I'm gonna put on a bit of Zulu. Why the hell not, eh? Come on. Where are you? John Barry, the great John Barry, didn't do a big score, as in a lengthy score for Zulu. He did a very brief, sparse score, but where the music fits, it's thunderous, it's epic, it's big. And that's what I've noticed, because it's got the Massacre of Isandlwana, that's the day before where we lost, where the Brits, the Redcoats, got massacred by the Zulus. The Mating Song of the Zulu Maidens, the Incredible Siege of Isandlwana, Night of oh, hang on a minute. No, I'm a fool. I thought that was a track listing for like some kind of weird version of the score coming out. Like they were track listings, but then it's not. It's basically saying like, see the massacre at Isandlwana, listen to the Mating Song of the Zulu Maidens, watch the Incredible Siege of, and then Ishwawane. You don't see that at all. Night of the 40,000 Spears, the day that saved the continent, mass wedding of the 2,000 warriors and 2,000 virgins, amid the battle's heat, the flash of passion. That's a really crap synopsis. Movie posters like, the most blistering action you've ever seen, the darkest night of terror the world has ever known, all that kind of stuff. That's what it's trying to do, but Richard Burton, who's not in the movie apart from providing a bit of narration. But other than that, thanks for confusing the hell out of me, Astradyne. I really thought that was like a hodgepodge of like poster and original sort of maybe the vinyl release. track listing. I got it completely wrong. That does not bode well. We have more stuff inside here. Please do not bend. You do what you want. Right, we've got... Oh! I think something just fell out there. Oh. It's some stickerage. So we've got... Oh, Blake 7 again. It's Paul Darrow as Avon. You couldn't trust him, but you loved him. He was great. He was like, he was that guy in Lost in Space that you never could trust. Dr. Smith, Dr. Zachary Smith. Is it Zachariah Smith? I can't remember now. But every episode he's trying to do the dirty on the family, the Robinson family. But he was doing the same to the crew with the Liberator, with Blake, of course, the big rebel Blake. But you loved him at the same time. And sometimes he'd have to act to save them if it meant saving his own skin as well. But that's great. Oh, more stickers. Oh, dog soldiers. Oh, look at that. That's a good image. We've got our squaddies there, firing in every direction. And you've got our big werewolves here. Our big family pack of werewolves on the hunt. That's great. And, oh, full moon up here. Dog soldiers. I've discussed this only recently, haven't I? The wolves are great. They stand upright. They're 7-8 feet tall. You know, they're rangy. They're not muscle-bound, hulking brutes, but they are super lean and powerful with great big long claws. But then you travel up the body. Oh, frightening. And you get to the cutest little lassie dog heads. And you go, and despite the blood and entrails hanging off the fangs and the drool, you just want to go, hello there, hello boy. Oh, look, did you do it? I don't find them frightening at all. But it's a great movie though. Let's have a look at that again. These like steel plates are great. Oh, let's put that there. Let's put that there. I hope it doesn't pizzazz out on the ring light behind you guys. Oh, you got the ring light behind you. I had a bottle of whiskey behind me. I know which side I'd rather be sitting on. Cheers, y'all. Oh, there's more. There's more. It's Jaws. Oh, the film that keeps on giving, the gift that is perennial, well, eternal. There's so much merch and imagery, and even if nothing merch-wise came out from the film Jaws, just watching Jaws over and over again is enough reward in itself. But that's great. So you've got the orca there, right? This is a bird's eye view of the orca. So you've got gulls, and you've got, well, obviously there's the shark. There's old Brucey baby, a Brucey bonus there. You've got Jaws, the logo. The title becomes Blood in the Water. Seen that? That's pretty good, isn't it? Can you see the three men in the boat? You can see the barrels. Got the barrels all lined up there. Hook me with another barrel, would you? Hooper! Don't wait for me. Your turn, Quint. Brilliant. Oh, I love it. I love it. No. You got there first. And there's a little one here. Oh. It's Jaws again. It's the license plate. No, another little metal. It's the license plate. Bruce has eaten Alex Kintner. The reward's gone out. All the fishermen have gone out, and they've caught her. Yeah, but that's a big mouth. But what kind? What kind of shark? I don't know. I think it's a mako. And Hooper's there like, tiger shark. He's got something in his gob. Tiger shark. Oh, what? As if these fishermen wouldn't know what a tiger shark was. Anyway, so they're drinking the wine. You know, I brought red and white. I didn't know what you'd be serving. This is Hooper coming to the Brody household. He ends up getting a free dinner as well. Like, anyone eating this? And Brody's got pissed on the wine. You know, you want to let that breathe for a minute, and Brody's just like fills a fucking pint glass. Red wine. And when we go down to the harbour and cut open that shark and see what's in there, and Ellen Brody's going like, "But can you do that? I'm the chief of police. I can do whatever I want. I can do anything." So they go down there, and like Hooper's cutting it open. Like, yeah, we start in the alimentary canal, we move on to the digestive tract, and like all this horrible milky sludge comes out, and he's like that. And you've got Brody with his Old Spice. He goes, "Just as I thought, came up in the Gulf Stream from southern waters. Fish comes out, and I think a couple of cans come out. And this comes out a license plate from Sportsman's Parade, Louisiana." And he chucks it down. It's all crinkled up. There's obviously been teeth have had a go at it. And Brody's like, "This thing didn't eat a shark, did he?" He goes, "Oh, no. Tiger shark's like a garbage bin. Eats anything, you know. Someone probably threw that in a river sometime, like." And there's no little Kilt-Man boy in there, like, we're still gonna close the beaches, call them air. You've still got a big problem out there, Martin. You've got a shark with a mouth this big. I think Hooper underestimates the size of that shark's mouth. But isn't that great? I love that. I've got a couple of these things, but not this one. I've got the license plate of Loomis's car from Halloween when Michael Myers drives off in it. Like, that's fucking great. Just put that there. Yeah, I think we've. Oh, is this a t-shirt? Oh, that's not a t-shirt. It's a bag. It's a bag with a pirate skull in it. Is it? Are we talking Jack Sparrow here? Never the Bride. Never the Bride. Tiger Bay. I don't know what that is. Never the Bride. Is that meant to be some kind? Is that from something apart from, you know, an old adage? Tiger Bay, of course, is a film and a book, but that's a nice little bag. Mrs. Kilt-Man will, I'm sure, enjoy the use of that. We have books. We have some vintage books by the looks of things. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, just thought, this guy's got his hand darted to the dartboard. "You made me miss. I've never missed that board before." And then, in revenge, you know, he arrows into the dartboard. Captain Ronnie, I'm sure that means a lot more to you than to many people out there right now. Neo Marsh. Neo Marsh was another Dane, like Agatha Christie. She was a female crime writer. Now, when I was growing up, my mother, Miss Big Kilt Mama, was an actress on stage and screen, predominantly on the stage, and she did a lot of parlour room farces, but she did a lot of whodunits as well. And my mother was a massive fan of Agatha Christie and crime thrillers, and so all our shelves were lined with Agatha Christie stuff, and I've got everyone. I forgot everyone else's name, but that name is there as well. A lot of books by Neo Marsh. Now, when I was a kid, only young, I learned to read very early, and I was an avid reader of things way beyond, you know, I went from Janet and John to, I don't know, can't think of anything now. Janet and John to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I don't fucking know. But I moved on to really huge, big leap, and my vocabulary was great as well. So I could read avidly, and I understood everything, even heady, more adult concepts, I understood them. But on the shelves were books by Neo Marsh, and my pride would not let me ask me mum, or anyone, how you pronounced that name, because I didn't know. I'd look at it and go, what? Is it code? What is it? What does it mean? And for years, I never asked anyone. in my head, I just went like Nigel Marsh. I didn't know. And then I want to say Jeffrey Archer, but I could be wrong about that. I probably am. There was some interview with somebody who was a writer, and Jeffrey Archer was a writer amongst many other things. And whoever it was, Jeffrey Archer, let's just go with that, mentioned this author and said Nio Marsh, and it come up with a couple of images of book covers of Nio Marsh, and I happened to be in the room when the telly was playing this, and I was like, Nio, it's Nio Marsh. Oh, got it. It's a silent G. But for years, I never realised that. So this is called Death at the Bar from Fontana Books. Again, long-standing viewers know I love old paperbacks. I've got a vast collection. I've got none of these. Well, I have now. The brilliant Nio Marsh ranks with Agatha Christie and Dorothy Sayers. P.C. Oates looked down at the figure on the settee. On the settee. I'm sure that word settee comes from another country, but it's a very English phrase. On the settee. You know, no one else in the world says that anymore, but the Brits do. He had remembered to remove his helmet, but the water dripped off his cape in little streams. When he bent forward, a drop fell on one of the staring eyes. He said, "What happened?" Watchman's eyes were wide open. They seemed to stare with glistening astonishment at the ceiling. "Well," repeated P.C. Oates violently, "can't any of you speak? What happened?" "He couldn't stand the sight of blood." "His own blood." "Full marks." This is a critic's blurb. "Full marks. A really clever problem in detection. It will need a sharp brain to discover the criminal." Brilliant. Brilliant. Cheers, mate. Oh, what else have we got? Oh, another classic. Alistair MacLean. Ice Station Zebra or Zebra? Well, it depends on where you come from. Great book. Espionage, Cold War. You can't trust anybody. A submarine that, what is it, the Tigerfish, populated by Rock Hudson, Patrick McGowan, Ernest Borgnine, what's his name? Oh no, big muscle-bound black dude. He was wonderful. I was hoping it would give the cast list on the back of the book, but it doesn't, because it's using imagery from the movie. The book is great. The film by John Sturges, who did The Great Escape, and of course The Magnificent Seven. Great set-piece, action-packed ensemble movies. This is a great ensemble movie. The set pieces really don't get, the adrenaline pumping. And this was a later film. This was '68, I think they made this. But McGowan's great in it. Rock Hudson's great. Borgnine's great. And they end up, of course, the ice.
In the 100 years since Victoria Cross
shut up.
created for valor and extreme courage.
Shut up, William. I've got a soundtrack to this somewhere as well. I don't know if it's on here though.
Only 1,344.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with.
Were won by the defenders of the mission
Well, I'm going with Last of the Mohicans. I don't know why. But the film is deathly dull and boring. It really is. And they end up there, and it's a tense standoff between the US forces from the submarine and the Russian paratroopers who arrive. And there's a big standoff, and you can't trust anyone. And you want, when you're a kid and you're watching it, you want the big battle. You want to see blood on the snow and ice. You don't get it. But you do get quite a savage bit of fisticuffs and knife attacks as well towards the end. But it's a classic book by Alistair MacLean. And we have here, I don't know if you can see that, The Chinaman by Stephen Leather. I've got a few Stephen Leather books actually. As real and hard and tough as today's headlines, I Couldn't Put It Down by the great author Jack Higgins. I don't know this book at all. Let's see let's read the back of it, shall we? Let's find out when it's from. I don't even know when it's from. 1992. 92, yeah, okay. It's for Nuala. The Chinaman understood death. Jungle skilled, silent and lethal, he had killed for the Viet Cong and then for the Americans. He had watched helpless when his 2 eldest daughters had been raped and killed by Thai pirates. Is that bag again down there? Never a bride. Now all that was behind him. Quiet, hard-working and unassuming, he was building up his South London takeaway business. He was building up his South London takeaway business. Give that, Gavna. That wasn't bears. Until the day his wife and youngest daughter were destroyed by an IRA bomb in a Knightsbridge department store. Then, simply but persistently, he began to ask the authorities who were the men responsible, what was being done, and he was turned away, fobbed off, treated as a nuisance, which is when the Chinaman, denied justice, decided on revenge, and went back to war. One cannot bear to put it down because one has to know what happens next, and that's from the Glasgow Herald. Well, hey, know a thing or two about takeaways up there, they do. Brilliant. I have to have a swig of this. No, I love rediscovering these books. I've got several different versions of Ice Station Zebra, by the way. So, but I haven't got the one with that cover on it. So cheers, y'all. Last of the Mohicans. There's a poster. Should I show you guys first? Upside down, it's bound to be. No, it's, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a wolf. Canis lupus. It's well thumbed, been round the houses, this poster has. But look at that. The stately beast. Noble. Savage. And of course, sadly maligned. Hunted almost to extinction in a lot of parts of the world. What evil man commits upon the environment, upon nature, the ecology, the environment. I said that twice, didn't I? And upon himself. But wolves, they're family animals, they're pack animals. They have a hierarchy. They're nurturing. They're super intelligent, and they're gorgeous. That's great. Thanks for that. I think we're in the land of t-shirts. So, a lot of these are open already, because obviously Astradyne's. I'm not going to lift them up because it's got Astradyne's address on it, so I'm not going to give that away. So let's see, what do we have? Film, music. I don't know. Oh, wrong way around. Oh, well, 1981. The great year of the werewolf movie, or wolf movies. American Werewolf in London, The Howling, and Wolfen. 3 of my favourite movies. 3 of my favourite fairy movies came out in 1981. That logo. The orange and yellow, is that from something? MTV came out in 81, but I don't think that was it. Is it Atari? Oh, I don't know. The old fledgling game systems. 81. Oh, but what a year. Movies. Escape from New York. Mad Max 2. And Max and Snake at the same time. The werewolf movies. God, Excalibur. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, God, what else? Time Bandits came out. A fair bit of stalk and slash as well. You had Halloween 2. You had The Prowler. Friday the 13th Part 2. The Burning. My Bloody Valentine. You had a couple of Lucio Fulci movies. The Beyond and House by the Cemetery. Wow, what a year. What a year that was. Stallone. Was any Rocky movies? Nighthawks with Rutger Hauer and Billy D. Williams. My God. Look at this. Look at that. The Evil Dead came out in 81 as well. What a bumper year for movies. An absolute bumper crop of classic cult genre movies. Any war stuff? Hang on a minute. Southern Comfort, yeah, Walter Hill. Okay, it's not a war movie, but it's an allegory for the Vietnam War. I've talked about that recently as well. I don't know why, but I've covered all those movies. In fact, thinking about it. 81. That's a great T-shirt to walk into the pub with, because people are going to go like, "What's that mean?" Or someone might go, "Oh, that's the font and the logo from," and I'll go, "Ah, that's it." But what a great year for movies, hey? Who Dares Wins? Did that come out as well? Who Dares Wins? I think it did, you know. Oh, what a fucking bumper, yeah? That's great. I might get changed out of this actually and put that on for when I go out. We've got other stuff. Again, this is, oh no, oh, it's not open. There's a way of getting these things open without having to hack in, but sometimes they're stuck down, the flaps stuck down too funny. Okay. It's a green T-shirt. It says there's New York on it. Machine. New York. Machine. Are we talking Kraftwerk? German band Kraftwerk? How about holding it up the right way around? We are indeed. It's funny, they all remind me of Dr. Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory. That's excellent. I love that colour green, by the way. I love green T-shirts. That's the military in me, I suppose. But so what is it? Kraftwerk, The Man Machine, live at the Ritz, New York, August 3rd, 1981. 1981. Is that that logo again? Is it? I don't know. Oh, a break from there's more T-shirts there. There's something here in a pink box. Oh, Janet, aka Mrs. Kilt-Man. She has her birthday on the same day as me. Yeah, we share the birthday. Well, I can't open that, can I? Or can I? She's not here. She's never here when you want her to be here, but she's always here when you don't want her to be here. I'm sure you all sympathise with that. Should we open it? Oh, it's not sealed down. Let's open it. Is it going to be a mug? It's kind of, it's in super, like, day glow. Bloody hell. That's like the suits on Krypton. Was Superman 2 from 1981? I can't remember now. Look at this glowing box. Careful, Kilt-Man. Don't break Mrs. Kilt-Man's present. Oh shit. It is a mug. My God, it's been really... Oh God. Don't worry, I'll put this all back together later. Well, I don't know if you can see that. It's like a big shark bite through a wall into a library on both sides. Now, we've got 2 libraries, and that is a shark bite, isn't it? You sure that's for Mrs. Kilt-Man, not for me? And the idea was, when we moved into this house way back, I wanted the main library to be like a hobbit hole, like from the Shire, Hobbiton, with a circular door, and you went in there, and what did happen, we never got the circular door, but I did get railway sleepers bolted to the wall on one side and other shelves on the other side, and I had camouflage netting sort of like that across the ceiling, which I filled with real leaves and twigs. There's a rocking chair in there. There's a lamp, a standing lamp in the shape of a tree. There's 2 great big tree stumps in there, genuine tree stumps. The carpet is like, it's like the forest floor. So the idea was you'd be sitting in your rocking chair in this sort of arboreal library with leaves drifting down past you, little twigs and insects buzzing around, because those tree stumps, they took months to dry out, but things had laid eggs in those bloody tree stumps. Yes, they had. So bugs were proliferating, and but you sit there reading your book in your rocking chair, and it was just the ambience of being in the woods, a literary forest. Well, that appears to be that's a shark bite. I'm seeing that right, aren't I? Does it say? I'm very intrigued by it. Oh, I'm going to have to put it back, aren't I? Oh, God. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can and probably should do this later. And for those of you thinking, oh, what if Mrs. Kilt-Man watches the video first? Like she watches this. Like she watches this shit. You know what I mean? Right, that's nice and safe and secure again. I think we're back on t-shirt duty. God almighty. Made the right fucking hash of that. What's that then? It's another green t-shirt. What happens in the black hole stays in the black hole. Again, you know, you wear that to a pub and you're going to get some intriguing astrophysical conversations and concepts and theories thrown at you. So I'd best leave that one at home. Cheers, mate. Oh, cheers you all. More t-shirts. This one's open as well, so no ripping around here. Black t-shirt. Okay, I've got there's no logo I can see, nothing I can see. So I just go like that. What are we talking? Music? Are we talking movies? Are we talking astrophysical theories and conjecture? No. Well, music, yeah. That's from the magazine Electronic Sound, which there was a load of those magazines in the previous crate, and they all came with CDs in them, and I think one had a bit of vinyl as well. Fucking great. Electronic Sound, awesome. Those guys do a bang-up job of critiquing and interviewing vintage practitioners of synthetic sound, electronic music, and also new people involved in it. Wonderful. Oh, and we've got another one. Come on. Oh, there's someone's face looking at me there. A certain Time Lord is looking up at me. Oh, it's a bag within a bag. Oh, it's one of them zip things in it. Oh God. That made a good sound. It's a green t-shirt. Oh, this is kind of shiny as well. What is that? I may be a... That's Clint. It's Clint. It's the man with no name. Well, Clint. I may be old. Hang on, I can't read it. I may be old, but I got to see the world before it went to shit. Hi, that's pretty good. How old is Clint now? 92? 93? If you go on, well, if you're on Facebook or social media, there often appears to be pictures of a really doddery old guy, like bent over like that, and with crazy mad white wiry hair, and they often portray it to be Clint. Clint does not look like that. The person who's in those pictures is probably AI generated. does look like Clint, but that is not. I've seen pictures of Clint in recent times, and he's not looking that stupid and old. He doesn't. He's old. He's very thin. Don't forget, Clint's like what, 6'2", 6'3", something like that, and did a lot of weights. He was no Arnie Schwarzenegger. He was no Stallone, but he had proper working muscle, not cosmetic stuff. When he punched someone, they fucking felt it. As I've said many times before, the 44 Magnum. Sometimes there's just a symbiotic, connection. There's Clint over there, it's Dirty Harry. The 44 Magnum, which I've fired. I owned a Magnum 357, which, by the way, is just as fucking powerful when you fire it, but it has a stabilising rod beneath the barrel, which keeps the barrel from flying up when you fire it. But Clint trained himself to fire, and he'd done a lot of shooting, obviously, he was a proper man's man and all that. But working in westerns, he'd learned how to fire guns, and he knew how to do it anyway. But the 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and could blow your head clean off, So you got to ask yourself a question: do you feel lucky? Or do you, punk? Fuck it, let's put the Dirty Harry on. Got that here somewhere. Husky dog, flapping her ears. Dirty Harry. Lalo Schifrin. Another classic movie. Well, he trained himself to fire single-handedly and double action a 44 Magnum for real. Obviously in the film he's firing blanks, but he wanted to. There's still a fair bit of charge going off. Bit of acting involved as well, but he trained himself how to fire it. Now, having fired these guns, there's a lot of kickback on revolvers, especially. So, you fire. Double action means you don't cock the hammer back like that, and then just squeeze the trigger. If you fire it just like that, and you've got to activate the hammer with the trigger, the hammer's going to come back. That's a lot of force you've got to put on, which throws you off your aiming completely, really badly. But Clint learned how to do it properly, and he's about the only man in the world I know who could do that with accuracy. Don't all leap on me and say, "Oh, well, my granddad could do it as well." Well, I'm sure, but Clint is an actor, but he learned how to do it for real. Only other guy I know like that, or two other guys, okay. Keanu Reeves, obviously, is one of the greatest gun users that we've got in movies, because he learns and puts himself through with all types of calibers, all sorts of velocities, all sorts of weapons, and magazine changes and accuracy at speed whilst moving, doing choreographed action stunts. He can do the whole thing. Of course, Val Kilmer in Heat, great. His at speed magazine change is outstanding. None of that shit of slapping it and going like that. You do that, you've just jammed your first round. Ta-da! You don't do that. But that's great though, isn't it? It may be old, but I got to see the world before it went to shit. See, at my age now, I can wear that as well. Thanks, mate. Okay, we have Doctor Who magazine. We have the greatest Doctor Who, the greatest Time Lord ever, in this or any dimension. Tom Baker, the fourth Doctor. So, his 20 greatest moments. Interviews, new fiction by Christopher H. Bigmead. 50 years of the fourth Doctor. Just know he's pointing at as well. He's a doddery old man now as well, but still full of spit and verve and some dirty stories as well. He's a wonderful, wonderful actor, and the best Doctor by far. Sorry, I should be showing you this, shouldn't I? And of course, some of the greatest companions. Sarah Jane Smith, oh God. Louise Jameson. But Sarah Jane, oh God. Elizabeth Sladen, she's gone as well. Oh, there she is. All be said, obviously there's a gift here for Mrs. Kilt-Man. Mrs. Kilt-Man reminded me of two different people. I've always said it's Jessica Harper who plays Susie Bannion in Dario Argento's Suspiria. Well, when I first met my wife to be, her hair and her look, a little perky, big-eyed wonderment of the world. Well, she was into her music and clubbing, but she wasn't dancing to this kind of stuff, I can tell you that. But she so reminded me of Jessica Harper from Suspiria, but also Elizabeth Sladen, smaller, slim, and the brunette, and the big eyes, and a sort of little petulant nose, and anyway. I thought he was like 20 foot tall then. There will be another picture of it. Oh, there she is again. Oh, she was fantastic. Such a tragedy. And of course, she came back to do the Sarah Jane Chronicles or Sarah Jane Adventures. I did watch a couple of them. There's old Davros. Doctor. He is like the demonic version of Stephen Hawkins, isn't he? The Doctor in his Highland paraphernalia from Terror of the Zygons. Folks, I have reviewed some Doctor Who adventures, and I've promised to do some of the best ones, which of course, Terror of the Zygons, Pyramids of Mars. Oh, I need to do that one. Especially as friggin' Sutek has now somehow been brought back into the new thing which has the title of Doctor Who, which sure as hell ain't. Sure. Okay, what else have we got? More magazines. We're back with Brycey, Infinity Magazine, Alan Bryce. This is like TV and cult stuff. This is the sister magazine to the Dark Side magazine, which I've just noticed is there as well. So what have we got here? Nostalgia and sci-fi. Boat story. What sunk Golden Rendezvous? That's a movie that I've mentioned that recently as well. I was talking about. You look up there, you can see the wild geese canvas, and I reviewed the wild geese. And Golden Rendezvous was a film which Richard Harris made just before doing that, but he had sunk that film because being pissed all the time, rewriting his lines and making the film go over budget and over time. And so it was a real jeopardy getting him on board, for the wild geese. But they went, look, he'll waive his entire wage if he fucks up once, and he didn't fuck up. He still got pissed, him and Richard Bertie. Let's have a little look. Sorry. I do love these magazines. See, there it is, Golden Rendezvous. It's not a good film at all. Is that Alistair MacLean as well? It is Alistair MacLean, Action Adventure Golden Rendezvous. Film was 1977. But it's... God damn it. Give me that bottle. I want to drink now. I will not deliver these lines if I'm not pissed. You've got to be pissed to say them in the first place. Who wrote this dialogue? You did, Mr. Harris, because you rewrote it. Aubrey Morris. Oh, he's great. One of these great sort of... It's almost like his mouth is lined with kitten fare. One of those sort of simmering, pairing voices. Biggles. British action hero. Something... Is that Godzilla? Are we talking Godzilla? No, it's Gamera. Oh, Kilt-Man. Brush up on your Keiju, will you? I don't know why, but I get hungry whenever I look at like these sort of, Japanese movies. Alright. Oh, a poster for The Towering Inferno. Fucking hell, what a movie that is. Two of the greatest stars at that time. But the lift doors, the elevator doors opening, and all those melting people bubbling their way out and steaming. Oh God, it's like fucking hell. That was pretty raw stuff back for that time. Big review section. Ah, God. The Dark Side. That's the horror. The Dark Side's been running for many years. Infinity came out afterwards and runs concurrently with the Dark Side. They're both sister publications. So we got Hide and Shriek, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll. And this, of course, this is all horror stuff. I've covered this a lot in my time. I'm just... And of course, with Brycey in charge, you always get interviews with like sexy babes. Oh, Dennis Gifford, look at this. Dennis Gifford's classic, A Pictorial History of the Horror Movies, which I've got. I've got that book. Who hasn't? All of you monster kids out there, you've got that book. Have I got it here? I have some old movie tomes here. I don't think I've got that one. I no longer have that jacket for it. That gorgeous jacket there. Don't have that anymore. It's just the red binding of it. But what a classic. We got our introduction to horror movies, which you hadn't seen and maybe wouldn't see for many years unless they cropped up on some kind of foreign limited edition label, you know, home video. They wouldn't be on TV, but these lurid pictures would be in there, mostly black and white, but it had these colour sections in it as well. And you look at these pictures and you'd be like, wow, I want to see that movie. What is it? Oh, Alex Cox, movie drone. Alex Cox knows his spaghetti westerns, has opinions about other movies, which I don't agree with a lot of the time. He massively panned Escape from New York. Fuck off, Alex. The old Robert Mamoulian, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Frederick March doing the transformation across the top there. So a very simian Mr. Hyde. It's great though. Spencer Tracy took a turn in it as well. More reviews. Right. No. I'm going to go instead for more Dirty Harry, but Magnum Force. Okay, what have we got here? We've got Scream. Now that's another British publication, which has been going for a good number of years now, and I love this one. These seem to go more in depth on reviews and interviews, but let's see what's on this one. Return of the Living Dead. Oh, Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Have you reviewed both those movies? Brain Dead, Peter Jackson. Bloody funny. Oh, it's Carry On Screaming. Oh my God. Vanessa Fielding. Frightened Tonight. And Oddbog and Oddbog Jr. John Pertwee, the third Doctor Who. And they've got a finger, and he manages to grow an entire creature from the finger. And he's like, as this thing, this hairy little bugger, looks like Bill Oddie. And then you find him, he's been, hang on a minute, he's been totally stoved into the wall or something. His legs are in the air and all that, like. And you got Dan the lavatory man, Charles Hawtrey, who's been stuck in the toilet head first. Texas Chainsaw shenanigans. Just done a big video on this movie only a couple of days ago because they're remaking it. Robert Pattinson and Finn Parker from Smile are remaking Andrzej Zalewski's classic 1981. There's another film. What a fucking year! Oh my God, another film from 1981. Classic tale of a marital dysfunction, a divorce, a separation, a child trying to drown himself, self-harm, and a tentacled beast, and espionage, and the Berlin Wall. A film which is a powerful tour de force of personal grief, angst. Its own filmmaker tried to commit suicide several times because of the events which had driven him to make this movie, his own personal divorce. And they're remaking it. And here's a bloody big feature on it right here. You see this? Simpatico. How does this happen? Brain dead. Peter Jackson. The Lawnmower Massacre. It's just fucking, it's outrageous. I kick ass for the Lord. Martine Beswick and Ralph Bates as Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. Dr. Jekyll turns into a woman. And the thing is, the two of them look very alike. Ralph Bates and Martine Beswick. Bond girl, and in other Hammer movies as well, Martine Beswick. It's a great movie, actually. I have covered it. Oh, what's this? Is this Barbara Bach? Island of the Fishmen. The Mountain of the Cannibal God. Oh, it's John Martin profiles spaghetti exploitation genius Sergio Martino. Oh, he did Torso as well. Yeah, some great... here we go. There's Odd Bod Jr. There's Big Odd Bod. It's fucking great. And hang on. Yeah, by the way, folks, you haven't got to stay. I'm just enjoying this myself. So, have I got the soundtrack to this? I'm sure I have somewhere. Let's just see. Okay, looks like I'm lying my ass off here. Oh no, I've got it. I've got the main title song, put it that way. From Gavin Sutherland. Composed by Eric Rodgers, the great Carry On composer Eric Rodgers. Kenneth Williams. But they're frightening. It's the grin on their faces, the big fogs, the hair, and sort of there is a great sort of an outtake which they kept in the movie where Odd Bod Jr. he's got to go off to go get another body, and he walks off into the park, and he sort of walks off, and he clearly wonders, is this a real take we're doing now? And he stops and goes at the camera, and realize he's going, yes, go. He goes and walks off. You watch it, the scene is brilliant because it clearly shouldn't be in the movie, but it still works. It's like breaking the fourth wall, and it's just a great moment. Jim Dale's wonderful. That's where he comes back to life from the severed finger that we find. Flying tonight! Perfect Vamp. And Fenella Fielding. Oh, Red or Undead. This is... Well, again, we're back on 1981 because it's the House by the Cemetery. You can see what Astradyne's done there. He's seen 81 as a huge prevalent year in all of this. I'm sure he'll take credit for that as well. But it could be true. Psycho A-Go-Go. Deranged. You'll Like My Mother, a thriller. Last House on Dead End Street. That's quite an unpleasant movie. Not a good one. Another video nasty, but it's not worth your time and effort. Tourist Trap. That's pretty good. So that's decent. David Emge. Flyboy is there again. Folks, I think we've hit rock bottom here. No, we haven't. We have not. There is a book. NASA Hubble Space Telescope Owner's Workshop Manual. You guys know I know nothing about machinery or engineering or cars or motorbikes. Just that you get in them or you get on them, and someone who knows what they're doing makes it move. Oh, all right. Big off. What else did we have? Let's have some more Clint, shall we? Come on. There we go. Right. An insight into the history, development, collaboration, construction, and the role of Earth orbiting space telescope. This has been superseded now, of course, by the James Webb, which has got those fantastic images from really, really way out, and also some great images of our nearest neighbours, which have completely exploded all the myths and like previous beliefs about like sort of Neptune and Pluto and all that, and Uranus, if you don't mind. Not Uranus, it's Uranus. Uranus. And James Webb's been looking at it. I don't know if you can see any of this. The blueprints and stuff like that. And obviously it's done in the style of these car owners' handbooks. But it clearly is clearly going in depth on a lot of the apparatus on board. How it works, why it works, what its intentions were, its mission parameters, launch and deployment. Delayed 4 years by the grounding of the shuttle following the loss of Challenger. That wasn't good, was it? Oh dear. And we all watched it as well. And you kind of thought, no, is it meant to do that? Is that just like another rocket coming off, another booster coming off? No. So yeah, sorry, the light shines, you won't see much at all. But that's still out there, isn't it? The Hubble is still out there. The Hubble Bubble. Brilliant. So 1990 onwards, including all upgrades. Well, folks, we would appear to have reached the end. There's a huge, massive bubble wrap and all this stuff there. Just as I thought. Came up in the Gulf Stream, the southern waters. Fantastic. Dog soldiers. Ice Station Zebra, Nio Marsh. Tons of t-shirts again. Tons of magazines. Well, folks, and Astradyne, cheers, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm in two minds about whether I should give that mug to Mrs. Kilt-Man. I'm seeing a shark bite there. That's what I'm seeing. I wonder if she'll see that. That'll be interesting. Right. The good, the bad and the ugly, of course. Ennio Morricone, one of the greatest collaborations in cinema. Sergio Leone and Ennio Morricone. And like you had Hitchcock and Bernard Herrmann working together a lot as well. But again, simpatico. The way these things have worked out in cahoots. Hitchcock and Herrmann, Leone, Morricone, they're simpatico. The imagery, the story, the themes, the characters, and their music brings them all to life, gels the whole thing together. This is an incredible score, this. But I am going to move it on. I'm going to move it on to everyone. We all love this. The Ecstasy of Gold. Tuco, Eli Wallach. They found the old cemetery. Him and Blondie. Found it. And Tuco's like running like that. His hands outstretched, trying to find the grave of Arch Stanton. God, I always forgot then. Arch Stanton. But only Blondie Clint knows it. It isn't that grave. It's the grave next to Arch Stanton. But and it's like a tomb of like soldier burials and all that. And it's like, when Clint confesses, no, it's not that one. It's the one there. But the name on it is unknown. And he goes, Unka, Unka, Unka. There's no name on it. And he's written on a rock. He says, no name on this either. You know the scene in me. Husky dog there now kind of saying, Dad, shut the fuck up and take me out. There's whiskey to be supped. Oh, it is airtime actually. Yeah. The way this builds up, the ecstasy of gold, because there's meant to be gold buried in this grave. And Tuco's like, he's running like, he's prancing round, all the way round, all these rows of graves, and then finally he stops as he sees Arch Stanton. But then you get the big face-off, because there isn't just them two there. There's Clint, Blondie, Tuco, Eli Wallach, and then the big bastard of all, Lee Van Cleef, as Angel Eyes suddenly appears. And they've got a standoff. I like Tuco, he's got no bullets, you know. Oi, mate, you! I made Tuco Scottish then. Don't worry, hon, very soon. See, Astradyne, you've inspired all this. Although there was nothing from, of course there is. Nothing from Good, the Bad and the Ugly. We can always say that is. Of course we can. See, problem is with that t-shirt there, I know a lot of people don't tuck their t-shirts in. Well, I do. I wear kilts. Got the Douglas on today, and I was going to say I tuck my t-shirt into my kilt, and I've just stood up and revealed that I did not tuck this one in. I do. I don't know why I haven't done this one, but I wouldn't leave the house with it not being tucked in. What I was going to say was, if I tuck that in, it's going to remove that bottom line. Here's the final face-off. And there's talk of doing a remake of Face Off as well. Yeah. John Travolta and crazy old Nick Cage. This is Il Triello, the trio. This is the greatest standoff in cinematic history. And Ennio Morricone just goes to town with it. The camera work, the timing, the direction, the faces, the music. They're all, Clint's a cinematic icon, of course. You know, women swoon at him. You can't say he's fucking good looking in these movies. He's grizzled, he's fucking weather beaten, he's sunburnt. You know, he looks a right ragged mess. Lee Van Cleef with those beady eyes. And that nose and his sharp, angular face. My mate, Keith. I know him as Lee Van Keith because he looks like Lee Van Cleef. And Tuco's just got mad eyes. whole time. Like Clint's just slits. You've got a tribute there, like it's just like should have warned you about that, shouldn't I? And it builds up, but it's a false climax. Do you think the hands are going for the guns and all that? But it's not happening yet. It's too epic. It's too grandiose to just give it up now and start shooting. So you've got Spanish guitars, you have Fender Stratocaster as well. Piano. But you've got the beautiful brass as well, like. And of course you've got maracas and there's other ethnic sort of percussive instruments. Morricone just threw everything in there. Castanets, should I say. It goes to an almost unbearable pitch. You're like, we just start fucking shooting. And it builds again. And it's building again. And you're like, kill each other! Do all that fucking shit! Go on! Kill him! The beards are getting longer. You know, they got Taliban beards. But it's anything but boring. It's just, wow, you're on the edge of your seat. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. No. Remembering the watch chimes from For a Few Dollars More. Sweat's dripping, you know. Lee Van Cleef's sciatica's kicking in. These wonderful effects, like gunshots, like watery gunshots. And these chimes, it's so heightened and operatic. And the eyes are doing all this again. Poor Eli Wallach. Van Cleef and Eastwood are so uber cool, but poor old Eli Wallach's like, he's having a heart attack. And he's got no bullets in his gun. He doesn't even know it. You're like, please, can someone shoot somebody? I mean, they shot the band, you know, the orchestra. Fucking shut up! And now it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The eyes, close-ups. The movements. And Angel Eyes gets killed, of course. Tuco's like, but there's no fucking bullets, you know. And like Blondie makes him dig up, you know, they get the gold and all this. And they've had the tit for tat throughout the rest of the movie. They work together, but they set each other up at the same time, and they betray each other. And they've got no love for each other, but they have. Tuco is not going to kill Blondie, and Blondie's not going to kill Tuco, but they're going to put each other through the fucking shitstorm. And he's poor old Tuco got a noose around his neck, which is what the trick they used to do beforehand to get the bounty for each other. And he's there, fucking, his hands tied behind his back. He's on the cross, the crucifix, and he's like, it's fucking great. And like Blondie rides off, and he's like, sharpshooter. I forgot the rifle he uses now, can't remember. And he's like, shoots the rope, of course, like, and Tuco like lands on the deck. His head hits the sack of gold which is left for him, and he runs up on across the cobbles of the centre of this old Etruscan cemetery. He's like, Blondie, you know what you are? You're no good son of a. And Blondie just rides off like, fuck off, Tuco. You're never gonna catch me now. And yet you know that these two, they'll be fair to stories, of course. And if you choose to believe it, that this is the prequel to A Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More, then obviously there are more stories. But no. Folks, I admire your perseverance. Astradyne, what can I say? Another box of crazy, chaotic stuff, which I love. And it's just fucking great. I love it. And I'm going to put one of them t-shirts. You sent this the other day, but I'm going to swap this out for one of those now. I am. Because I'm excited. Right. Folks, I have been shall be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, and as ever, open your boxes with feverish expectancy and anticipation in between time. Please, keep it kilted, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all laters. I would say to talk about the remake of Enemy Mine, but I've got a dim and distant memory that I did that at the start of this video. So hey ho.